Okay, good morning everyone and welcome to the Archaeogaming Museum Saturday morning stream. We've got a bit of a different stream this morning. We are not joined by the usual bunch, Kylie Gaming, Nelson, Giggles, Lockmines. Instead today, as they're all not available, we are using the excuse to do more archaeology. Not that I ever need an excuse to do more archaeology, but there we are. So we'll be picking up where we left off on Thursday in my RuneScape Archaeology Skill video, which was just having opened the prison door at the Code dig site and realising that we've got an awful lot of grinding to do, or excavation to do, before we can before we have the necessary skill set to go and continue our excavations at Code. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a little bit of that grinding, and we also may go and investigate the infernal source dig site that we unlocked way back when we were only at level 20 archaeology, and see if that offers maybe a little bit of better grinding opportunities. So just checking some stream bits. So we're going to go off and start exploring some of that. So let's get rolling. Just make sure we don't need anything from the old bank before we teleport off to Code. So let's go down here. What do we need? Do we need anything? I mean, just all this should really be in our material cache or material storage. I don't know why it's in the bank, if I'm honest. So let's go and put that in the storage. So how is everyone in RuneScape land today? Or indeed YouTube land? Or both, really. Right, that's our material storage. Something else we're also going to need to do is try and finish our collections with archaeology collections that we started to give to, I've forgotten the guy's name now. Who was it? Who did we give our collections to in the last episode? There's a notice board. It's only on Thursday. A lot has happened since Thursday, if I'm honest. Soren, that's it. So we also need to try and grind to find, or try and excavate. Grinding is really the wrong word for archaeology. Kind of has a very different connotation. Some of these items as well. And we'll have to explore different deposits to find those. So let's get... We'll cheat and we'll take the fast travel option. I like taking the fast travel option. So, here we are at the lovely dig site, and actually we're going to have to do maybe a little bit of excavation in these lower level deposits out here to try and excavate some of the remains. So we'll start outside and work our way in today. We'll do a little bit out here just to try and find the artifacts that we're after. Although the collection's quite a nice idea, you know, they add a little bit of depth and they sort of show the range of sort of culture you're looking at. It does almost become like a treasure hunt in the end when you're trying to find these artifacts, which again is not what archaeology is about, but after all, it is a fantasy game. Our expectations shouldn't be massively high about not having a treasure hunting aspect in a fantasy game. So we managed to find a crossbow so far, which is quite good going. That's one of the that is one of the artifacts that we're going to need to restore to help complete the collection. I mean, hopefully, maybe trying to gain all these artifacts are going to be sufficient training in order to get to the next stage that we need. But we'll have to wait and see. Oh, and we've also found a dagger. Is there anything more that I need that I can discover from these remains? Let's just consult our friendly handy guide. Nope, that's everything I need from that. So now going to need to move on to looking at excavating some legionary deposits. So let's actually go and safely store using the correct techniques. And when I say that, I mean just shoving it in our bank. Because, you know, banks in RuneScape appear to be magical. You know, food never goes bad or old, so I'm sure that they will stop the 10 agents of deterioration from breaking down our precious objects we've just excavated. Food never goes bad. Armour never needs derusting. I definitely want a storage chest like that in real life. Material storage box. Where did that get? Well, there's at least one inside, so let's not. Let's now enter the Zerosian fort that we're excavating and go and find. Let's go to the main fortress, because we can't actually excavate anything in the prison block at the moment, because our archaeology field skills are not good enough. Makes it sound better than doing level grinding or not the high enough level. So what we want is some legionary deposits, which I think we might find some in here. Woohoo! We do. So for a slight background noise, that's just our food delivery. Are the legionary deposits diseased? Oh, deceased. Can't read this morning, apparently. Yeah, we're not going to go and kill any, no. That's not what we're doing. We are not going to be the reason for why they are legionary deposits. I mean, with this how this legionary looks here, I hope they're dead. I haven't asked. I haven't asked. Maybe that's rude. Maybe I should have asked first. So again, we found one of the artifacts we're after for the collection in legionary deposits already. So far, our excavations are going well. Oh no, you did say diseased. As far as I know, the legionary did not have... Legionnaire's disease, but that's not something that would show on a skeletal remains anyway. Only half looking at chat, I'm afraid, out of the corner of my eye. I know you're my first coffee as well, so... First coffee, or as I call it, first breakfast. And we're almost up to a full inventory again. So, let's go and actually use these pylon batteries. No, go to the material storage cart. Thank you. Oh, I actually had 7 batteries. That's what. There we go. Get that powered and it might give us a bit more, well, power. Excavation power for, you know, not entirely sure how that works. But there we go. So, back to our... All these legionaries appear to be being crushed to death. Well, I guess this is a collapsed fort, so I guess that might make some sense. I guess. Oh, and we found a shield as well. Woo. So yes, we are working our way slightly quicker through the collection that we need, actually, which I'm not necessarily complaining about, but we're not getting the same amount of experience we need at the same time. Actually, that might be everything to complete the collection now. Crikey. That really did not take long. Oh no, we still need a... Did we get the gladius? No, we got the Venenator dagger. We still need the gladius. So just one more to complete the first Zervosian collection. And then we'll be done. Oh, where's the chrono? And if you had not watched the most recent video, in the most recent video, in part 5 of the series, we even got to do a little bit of code deciphering for a door. Again, which was a nice touch for a little bit of problem solving. Makes the skill slightly more interesting, throwing in a few puzzles and a few mysteries to uncover as well as the actual excavation. After all, archaeology is just like a very large puzzle. But you very rarely have any edges. Or know where the middle is. Or how many pieces you've got. Or any major features of the puzzle. And it's very much a 3D puzzle. You've got, you know, spatial puzzles and temporal puzzles in archaeology. It's just a good way of thinking about stratigraphy, really. I found another square shield. We don't want that. We want a gladius. Get us that gladius. May have to make a trip back to the campus before we to do some wet screening, or at least bank it and do some wet screening at the end, which might be what we end up doing. So there we go. Just gonna have to stick at this for a while. Luckily, we are part of the. It is part of the double XP event at the moment in RuneScape. So we are earning a little bit more. Our training skills have been improved greatly. Double the rate of learning. Obviously, we've drunk a lot of tea this morning, a lot of coffee. Don't know why I'm trying to rationalise the double XP boost in the forms of archaeology. I know I've said this before, but I really do like the excavation animation. The only thing I dislike about it is the using the matic at the moment, what it looks like to pulverise this poor skeleton's clavicle. But there we go. Where's the kind of sprites over here now? Oh, nothing better than a little bit of field work on a Saturday morning. Especially when that field work doesn't actually involve you getting dirty, muddy, wet, cold. And you can sit in the comfort of your own living room or at your own office desk with a nice cup of coffee. There you go, we've now got a full inventory of materials and artifacts. So we're going to go and visit, obviously, the material storage first, and then go and deposit these artifacts. And probably store those ancient gravels and save the wet screening for the end of the stream, or something I'll do off stream, because it's not really that interesting to watch. Neither is really this me practicing my excavation skills. Nope, going in completely wrong direction. Righty ho. That's basically store those, empty the soil box and get right back to the dig. Guess one can say this improving your archaeological skills does represent quite well how archaeology can be monotonous. Or how some people might see it as monotonous. I never really found it that. It was always, even if you're not discovering anything exciting, digging is always fun, getting to play around in the dirt. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people into archaeology just have revenge at their parents when their parents used to complain about them digging up their garden, because all kids did, didn't they? I know I did. They just get into it to say, well, now, mother, father, I get paid to dig up gardens, so... Because really all an archaeology degree gives you is basically an advanced degree in digging holes. Playing in dirt, regressing to your childhood. Well, you know. Still in my childhood, really. Getting older is mandatory, growing up is optional. That's why I'm sitting here on a Saturday morning playing games, streaming them to the internet rather than doing something productive with my life, like doing some proper adulting, like, you know, housework or having a kale smoothie or something. Oh, our excavation skills have improved once more. Not sure I like really being bossed around by this weird chrono wisp thing telling me where to excavate. Not entirely sure I approve. It's like a very indecisive site supervisor. You see, that's not the artifact we're after. We need the gladius. Give us the gladius. Preferably not in our ribs or face, you know. Or anywhere, actually, in our anatomy. Oh, hey, look over there. Acquire 100% spike focus. Blah, 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 blah. That came up far too quickly for me to be able to read it. But achievement's always good, right? That's what people are after. That's what games are all about, are the achievements. Or something. Why was my phone going crazy just a moment ago? Oh. That was very kind people showing that I was in fact streaming, which is very nice of them. But hello to anyone who is watching. Do feel free to interact in the comments. I like a nice active stream. It makes it more interesting for me and hopefully makes it more interesting for you. Ah, we got the Gladius. That's the last we need for his collection. So what we may do then, after we've filled up our inventory with a few more bits and pieces, we may go and restore these artifacts and hand those in, and then maybe, because that will lead us to the rock anyway, may go investigate the Infernal Source dig site. Go and see somewhere new and experience something new and exciting. Or something. I'm trying to be very energetic, you see, and very, you know. Try and give energy to those who are watching too. Hopefully that's working. I'm excited anyway. Escape these to get a few more material deposits. Hopefully we'll actually have enough to do all the restoration work we need to on these artifacts. And then I think we'll just now teleport directly back to the Archaeology Guild. Because I need to go there anyway to use... No, I don't need to go there to use workbench. Right, but we'll go back here to use the workbench. Again, you know. Hey, Angel. Thank you for stopping by. So, accidentally undressed myself into my bank. That's not what I meant to do. How are you today, Angel? You might as well restore all these at once, because that'll just give me a bit more. What emoji was that supposed to be, Mike? Supposed to be a rise eyebrow or something. Now, the one thing which is quite weird is restoring artifacts seems to be the best way of getting archaeology experience, or offers some of the better sort of all at once experience, in one go experience, which is very weird because archaeologists don't generally actually do a lot of restoring. They do a lot of cleaning, and sometimes they do sort of piece bits back together, but that's generally left to specialist conservators or restorers. That doesn't mean that an archaeologist can't specialise and obviously do bits of both. But oh, it's a waving man. Wasn't sure whether you were you just chose to ignore my other comment. That's probably a wise thing. And obviously a certain amount of sort of immediate archaeological conservation or first aid is done to artifacts after excavation, obviously to keep them into a certain amount of immediate stabilization is needed. So obviously that does happen. Oh, so let's go back to Zerosian. What am I missing to restore? Oh, I need more iron and more imperial steel to restore the rest of those then. Really, have I run out of that? Cannot check what I've got in there. Apparently not. I guess I do that through the workbench. Okay, so we'll need to do some more general excavation to find those materials, or maybe we'll do a quick bit of we'll do a little bit of wet screening or dry screening to see what we can uncover. See if we can get a few more bits we need. So we have got some more third age iron, which is necessary. Again, still for me one of the most therapeutic parts of excavation was doing the screening. Found it very relaxing. Some more Zerosian insignias, but what we really need is some imperial steel and some more third age iron. We are now at level 40 archaeology though, which is good. A couple of levels so far today. We need up to 47, we need 47 skill level or excavation experience for the next section. So here we go. Don't think that's really going to help with doing some more restoration, but I think what we'll do now is take these restored artifacts, because we do have enough to complete that collection now. To our friendly prophet of Zaros, and check out the Infernal Source dig site. Yeah, I think that's the thing to do. And then decide whether we want to do some excavation training there, or come back, or go back to Credette and see if we can just finish off the restoration of those artifacts. Let's see what happens. Here is our... I mean, this guy could not look more like an evil cultist, really, could he? I'm going to talk to you about archaeology collections today. Let's view your collections. Oh no, so we don't have the Legatus Maximus figurine. That's the one thing we're missing. Oh, forgot we hadn't done that one. So we'll be going back to Credette then, I think. Oh no, we'll check out we'll check out the Infernal Source here while we're here. But I've just got one. There we go. So it's near the pub, isn't it? Near the tavern. So that's a good. That's always a good start when the archaeology site is right near the pub. You know, that is an important consideration. But off the top of my head, I can't actually remember where it is. I know it's near there. So where are we looking for? Infernal Source. Yes, it's the other direction, isn't it? It's north, just south of the wilderness. Yeah, there we go. So, I should have just consulted the map, the world map here. Yeah, it's up here. So, let's go off and investigate. Have a quick look at that. And then, go back and find that final, or attempt to find that final, part of the collection that we need. Have a look to see what this, see if this dig site is managed in a slightly better way than the Credette dig site. Better standard of health and safety and excavation techniques going on. But just to prove it, the nearest pub or nearest inn is just here. So very, very important. Very important. So who's the site manager? It's Mavario, isn't it? Yes, talk to Mavario. Blast this infernal device isn't working. Too much local interference, maybe. If that were the case, though, does that mean... Hey, are you here to help me find the source? What kind of source are you after? I'm a fan of Switcherly myself. I struggle to understand the monolith's directions to the source. It points northwest, but the distance and the depth are unclear. Variable. At least Mavario seems to be confident we are digging in the right place. He explores rumours of a cult that seemingly operated in this area throughout the Third Age. Though what the source itself actually is remains a mystery. Perhaps all this is due to the chaotic nature, blah blah blah. The monolith revealed this chaotic nature to me. That is why it is so interested in learning more about the source. Okay. So, what do you want me to do then, Mavario, mate? Why are you the site manager? That almost seems slightly rude. Just realised that my sizing for the stream went a bit weird. There we go. We'll ask that though. Because I'm quite well known for tracking down powerful magical relics from ages past. Wait, Archaeology, you have already witnessed my greatness. Why am I explaining this to you? Oh right, yeah, you're not a member of the Archaeology Guild though, are you? No, thank you. I'm an independent contractor. Those guild members disparagingly refer to me as Pot Hunter. Think that I'm only interested in the money and fame. They're wrong. I'm interested in the power too. Oh, goodness. This is not starting off very well, is it? Not starting off well. Okay, I can see why you were a great choice to manage this site then. Oh, I can feel the sarcasm in that. Of course you do. That was sarcasm. Sigh, well, you'll see. Okay, well, not entirely sure I actually want to help this guy based on that interaction, but let's find out more about it then. What is this dig site about? The source. What is the source? Is it HP? Maybe? It's shorthand for infernal source. Apparently it's some long-lost, enormously powerful energy source. You should really not mess with those. Every time someone messes with an ancient, powerful energy source, it leads to, you know, zombie apocalypse or, you know, massive floods or very bad stuff, demons. Huh. The Stone of Jas. I can actually see why you were chosen to find it. Oh, like the Stone of Jas. Or Has. If this is it then, the Jolly Ball Inn, what's the power source? Is it beer? For archaeologists it is, yeah. Chaos gauntlets, giant hairy cabbages. Philistine, this isn't the source itself. My research has led me to this being the entrance to it, or at least an entrance. Mark my words. So what? We'll all just head inside and start drinking? I don't get it. Well, that sounds like the perfect thing to do, actually. You know, it will help, you know, open up the mind, you know. All the good thing. Lubricate your archaeology skills with beer. Not the inn, you buffoon. Beneath it, the Jolly Ball Inn is built atop an older building called the Star Lodge. My research leads me to believe that it was buried by fallout from the Thornfree explosion. Guild members have dug out a tunnel going under the Jolly jolly bore, start in there and look for the source. Let's talk about some mysteries. The only mystery I see is why you haven't made any progress towards finding the source. Admit it, you've been slacking off in the pub. Well, yeah, this is why you don't... Well, this is why a lot of our archaeology sites are next to pubs. If you were to have, you know, some kind of delivery service into the excavation, we wouldn't have to slack off in the pub. Simple as that. Let's go and investigate these tunnels then. Well, I mean, still a definite lack of shoring and stuff going on here. A lack of hats still, that is again disappointing. I'm not entirely sure I want to dig in something called fiery brimstone. That sounds like a massive health and safety risk in itself. What's through here? Well, so this is the beginning of the site then. So I've not done much research into the infernal source yet because I've kind of been putting it off. What's in this box? Oh. Ooh, we found some gold runes. That's I guess interesting. Let's see what we can find in this fiery brimstone then. Let's be brave. And we've got the lodge bar storage. Oh, that's what we uncovered from the fiery brimstone, was that? Again, keeping fiery brimstone in the backpack, that again just really does seem like a massive health and safety risk. And I forgot to bring my soil box with me. Well, there we go. That kind of said we'll do a bit of excavation here, an inventory's worth, and then head back to Cadet and see if we can finish the stream with completing the collection, I guess, for the first Zaros section. Oop. Again, at least now it doesn't look like I'm putting a mattock through someone's clavicle or rib cage. Now it just looks like I'm putting my mattock through a very dilapidated wooden box. But, you know, there we go. It's not to say that the wooden box isn't just as important as the legionary skeleton we were digging earlier, or excavating earlier. Wooden boxes matter too. do very much like the ambient music. Not entirely sure how well you can hear that, but we can turn the volume up a bit maybe. And there we go, almost at our full inventory's worth. And there we go. So let's bank that and head back to the... Oh, actually, let's have a look at this fireplace. This is going to say you need to come back with when you have access to a research team. But let's have a look at it anyway. Ah, there looks to be 4 recesses in the fireplace mantle. There's an empty one, but some sort of crest in it. I think I read somewhere about crests of Dagon. That really doesn't sound very promising. Especially if you know your H.P. Lovecraft mythology. Maybe this is where they go. Okay, don't need a research team. This looks like the thing that we will need to solve. The mystery we'll need to solve to access other areas of this dig site and of the source. But that is for a different time. I do like the lift sound, actually. That was really nice. We could definitely make this slightly more secure and, you know, less of a health and safety nightmare. But there we go. So, into the bank. Deposit what I don't need. Actually remember to take my soil box with me this time. And remember to take my archaeology journal with me again. And equip it. What does actually reaching 40 archaeology give me? Oh, it allows me to use an adamant pick. Well, that is something I can do, I guess. Obtain at a later date. Let's... Oh, actually, I've got a quick way of getting there, don't I? Let's use one of these teleportation. And let's go to Credit. There we go. Again, cheating. So just adjusting a couple of settings quickly. Let's go to the main fortress. And what actual... Let's go back. What deposits do I need to excavate? Administration debris. Administratum debris. That was, if I remember correctly, somewhere over here, possibly. Yes, over here. Let's go and excavate this with the hope of finding something more interesting. So what was it? We were after the Legatus Maximus figurine. And also just some more materials for restoration. Also need to investigate some Castra debris, I fear, as well, for some of the other materials we need. But you know, that is the nature of archaeology. Things aren't always in convenient places. Just like when dig sites aren't right next to pubs, like this one. It's not massively far, I guess. But again, don't feel massively comfortable excavating this area with just these random beams jutting out the wall, not secured by anything. You know, they could easily fall out if not properly supported. You know, this very decayed, crumbling wall which doesn't appear to have any form of shoring or support. But there we go. I guess in a fantasy world you can say it's all held up and shored up by magic or something. So, not found what we're after yet, but we are getting there. Hopefully, anyway. We are getting there. Hey, we found the Legatus. So you just have to say it and it appears. What does it need, I wonder, to be repaired? I do actually have everything needed to repair. It's all held up by the suspension of disbelief. Yes, very good. Yes. Absolutely. Yes, how much can you actually expect for a fantasy games going to health and safety? In the same game where you go and fight dragons and giants made of fire and literal parts of or sort of shards of gods, I think maybe complaining about a slightly wonky decaying wall. Might not be the worst thing in the world. But there we go. It's still important, though, from an archaeology point of view. You know, you need. Right, so we have enough now to finish this first stage of the Zaus collection, so we're going to go and do that and then probably call it there for today. As I said, there'll still be a certain amount of don't know why I'm walking up here, I just need to teleport. Excavation training that needs to be done. And again, I may do some of those off stream or not recorded in the video just to make the videos not seem quite so repetitive. But again, I'll update my Instagram, Twitter and Facebook with progress, so do go and follow the Archaeogaming Museum on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And, you know, please like, comment and subscribe on this video. And hit the notification bell if you want to find out or get notified when I upload or go live with some streaming again. And comment anything that you'd like to see or anything you'd like discussed in videos. Anything more you'd like me to talk about the skill in RuneScape, or any game suggestions are always appreciated. I do have a very long list of games that I do want to cover. But always need more. And I've got lots of other... Actually sat down last night and examined my future plans I have for the channel. And, you know, got at least a good deal of content going on with, some of which will have to wait until I'm in a new area or a new place to have space to do some of it, the dedicated space to do some of it. But there are certainly a lot going on, or potentially going on. So we've finished the first collection, awarded with some more chrono notes, and we've got the seal of the Praefectus Praetorio, or the Prefect of the Praetorians, which was the head of the Zerosian Inquisition. So let's just teleport back to the guild. Just see what we can see, if we can buy anything from the archaeology shop. I think we might be able to buy the monocle now. And I kind of really want a monocle, if I'm honest. Archaeologist T. I love the fact that that's actually an item. It temporarily increases your XP by when excavating by 50%. That is amazing. But what I really want is to get so I can wear some of the cool clothes. I mean, hats should be a thing that all archaeologists wear, and they shouldn't have to, you know, really work to earn for the privilege of wearing a hat. At least not a, you know, maybe a really cool hat, maybe. But, you know, a base hat, that's just part of the general uniform. So let's buy the monocle, because that looks cool. Let's see how that looks. I assume it's I know it's only a temporary boost, but at least, you know, they could make it look... But it could at least show something on the character to represent that temporary boost. So we're going to make maybe a little bit more... I don't know. Use of the precision bonus, and maybe do a little bit more grinding, and then finish up the episode, and then finish off the stream for today. I think just make a bit of use of having bought that, it being a consumable, mainly just to see if we can get some more of the necessary materials needed to finish up some of the artifacts in the bank. or in my very secure conservation storage area. I think the best bit to excavate for the stuff that I need for that is a mixture, basically, yeah, fort debris and Castra debris. So, gonna have to go into a fort to find those, I think. Don't think there's anything on the outside. And all these are detonator remain deposits. So yeah, we'll do about another 5 minutes of excavation training. I think that will also get us to another archaeology level. Yeah, we've only got another 400 odd XP to the next level. So let's at least get to the next level. And then probably call it there for today. More artifacts to restore. Very good. So we need some more third age iron and imperial steel. I think were the main things we were after. Oh, there's our chronospite that we should follow. And here's the door we unlocked in the last episode, using a very sophisticated decipher and coding system. Oh yeah, almost at level 41. Five more experience. There we go. Level 41. Can we do anything more exciting yet? Not massively. So how close are we to that full inventory? Almost there. Oh, the chronospite's moved. Right, there we are. Okay, we'll do a bit more. We'll do a bit more. We found another. At the moment, I think we're finding more artifacts, and we actually have materials in which to restore them with. It's not what we want, but we do have quite a lot of soil to sort through. Again, chasing our very bossy chronosprite site supervisor. Come on, make up your mind. Which bit do you want me to excavate? Indecision, indecision, indecision. Honestly. There we go. I think we're pretty much done with all the interesting bits we can do today. We've completed the first stage of the Zaros collection. We investigated the infernal source and did a bit of excavation there. But now, really, the next stages before we can move on much further with it is to do a lot more honing of our excavation skills. So I said I'll probably do some of that, or most of that, try and get to 47 before the video this coming Thursday, which will be the next Archaeology Skill video, just so we can jump into something new and something more exciting. I said I'll post updates on my Instagram and Facebook and Twitter of progress that I make, but I won't do anything too exciting. I'll save all the exciting stuff for videos and for streams, and all the boring bits as stuff I can do whilst I do other bits and pieces. As I said, archaeology can be quite a useful sort of AFK skill while you're doing other things, listening to some podcasts, doing some housework, but your inventory does fill up reasonably quickly. So you've got to keep an eye on that, but it doesn't require your constant attention, which is quite nice, which is very much unlike real archaeology. I just want to stress that point. Field archaeology should always require your utmost attention. So thank you for watching today, or if you're watching this at a later date, then hello future watchers. Thank you for watching the video. Again, if you enjoyed it, please think about commenting and subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell to find out when I upload or go live with live stream next. You can also find out all those notifications as well by following me on my various other Instagram channels. There'll be another video next week looking at some games inspired or designed because of 2020-21 / COVID-19 pandemic, in my series looking at them as artifacts of 2020 and 2021. There'll be a RuneScape video, skin video on Thursday. There won't be a stream next Saturday because I'm off doing other things, but I'll try to stream at some point again, maybe on Friday evening or Sunday morning / afternoon. But as I said, if you hit the notification bell or subscribe, you'll find that out and you'll be able to come and join me for that as well. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. Have a very good weekend and take care. Bye. Oh, and thank you for Angel for stopping by and for Michael for keeping an eye and moderating the chat.